I'm Steve Goddard. I'm from Hardway Cider. We're here at the Toronto Cider Festival.
And it's Saturday morning, just turning into noon, start of the second session. How was yesterday?
Oh, it was great. A lot of turnout. This is the first year for us here at the Cider Festival, so really didn't know what to expect, but there was a lot of folks and really great crowd.
What do you get from the vibe of people here? Is it different than some of the other places you've been?
Yeah, definitely. It's folks who really enjoy cider, so they're here to try the different flavors and the different samples. A lot of the other festivals, you're with craft beer or other vendors, and you don't necessarily get people really just sort of focused on cider, which is awesome.
Do you feel like there's sort of a knowledge that kind of comes with something like this? People are a little more knowledgeable, or are they looking to learn?
A little bit of both. You've got some folks who this is their third or fourth time here at the festival, so they're pretty knowledgeable. But then you have other folks, this is their first time, and they're really trying to learn a little more about cider in Ontario and how it's produced, the different ways. For us, we age all our ciders in barrels, so for some folks that's a really different technique that they're used to normally than what they're used to.
And speaking of, what do you have here today?
Yeah, we've got our regular two core products, our Renegade and Rogue, which is a triple barrel blend. So they're aged in whiskey, bourbon, and red wine barrels. And then we have our Ramboozle, which is aged in Caribbean rum barrels, and then we add raspberries to the barrels. And then a new one for us that we just released yesterday was a Catawampus, which is a bourbon barrel-aged cider, and then we add black cherries to those. And then we also have two specialty ciders that we'll be releasing on a limited basis, if you will. The Whiskey Rebellion. It's an American rye whiskey aged cider. It's a little higher alcohol, about 9%, so definitely warms the belly. And then we have our Loco Blanco, which is a tequila aged cider, and that one is a really neat combination of the tequila flavors and the cider. It's a new one for us, and it really turned out nice.
And obviously, if you weren't here, you didn't get a chance to be able to sample it. Where is it that you can try your stuff?
Yeah, we sell it at our retail store on site. So we're just located outside of Bath, Ontario, which is near Kingston. We will be selling online through our website, so you can order it online. And then we also do here in Toronto, the Farmers Market at St. Lawrence Market, and we're found in a couple of bars in Toronto. So at Her Father's Cider Bar and then Cider House.
Pretty much all the places you want to go to get your cider fix, so that's fantastic. Last time we chatted was at your place, actually. We have photos of that on the website, and you can go back and hear the podcast if you want again. What has changed in the last year or so for you as a startup now going into kind of like year 2, year 3?
Yeah, well, we've definitely expanded volumes, which is great. It's allowed us to experiment a little more on the ciders that we've produced using different barrels. So obviously the tequila and a new bourbon barrel this year. So it's allowed us to provide new products for our customers, and the reception's been really good.
And before, you had a little bit of a challenge with keeping product in the house because it was so busy. Have you been able to ramp up that as well?
Yeah, definitely. We've scaled up quite a bit. So we're able to, again, branch out to get into those accounts that the bars and restaurants that we weren't able to go into before. We really believe that, once we set up those relationships, we want to be able to support them. So this year was the first year that we can say, you know what, let's go out there and let's get out and on some taps.
Do you have anything coming up that you could share? Maybe an idea of what you would like to do, whether it's a cider or, say, a place or an event or so?
Yeah, that's a good question. We're definitely in a bunch of festivals in the Kingston area. So if you're in that neck of the woods, you definitely can check us out at a couple of festivals, like the Rib Fest in Kingston's coming up. As for new types of ciders, we've definitely got some thoughts. We want to experiment with maybe a hop cider, and definitely with the winter season coming on, we're thinking of like a spiced sort of cider, but definitely in the experimental stages right now. So nothing to say. Yeah, we're definitely going with this.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of fun stuff coming up, and I look forward to being able to sampling a couple today and hearing new work from you as well.
Yeah, awesome. Definitely anytime, stop by.